Yo, boom. All right. What's going on, people? So I just shot a video for Team Treehouse. So I had some questions about the Treehouse website, et cetera, et cetera. So I wanted to go ahead and shoot a video um, that talked about the site, kind of how it all works and everything, and make sure people knew what was going on as far as Team Treehouse is concerned. So that was cool. I kind of learned some new stuff too from shooting it. Um, a lot of stuff that they've added with the tech degree stuff like that. So um, if you're watching this on the replay, just a reminder to um, speed this thing up 2x. Make my videos go a lot better. I'll just say that. So I go back and I watch them sometimes, and I always hit the 2x thing, and they flow a lot better when it's sped up 2x than just watching them at normal speed. So tip for you if you're watching on the refeed. I just wanted to jump on for a minute, see if anybody's out there to chat with. In the meantime, I'll be well, this thing is exporting, so it's got about 24 minutes to export before I can start chopping it up and editing it, and then I get it dropped today at some point. If you drop in the room, make sure you say what's up, so I know you're out there. Somebody out there right now. What's going on this Saturday? This is 3:51, about to be 4 o'clock here, man. I'm just jumped in my office to shoot a quick video. It's been a minute since I shot an actual sit down video and didn't do a live stream like this. So I shot a video about Team Treehouse to talk about my experiences there and then kind of walk through the site and break it down. So if you wanted to see what it was all about before you paid for it, then I kind of shot a video to describe what everything is on there and show you a lot of the content and stuff that they have on there. If you wanted to maybe go down that same road, that same path, or if you were kind of searching for somewhere to dang, notice just popped up on my screen. $220 just spent on my credit card for some flowers. That's crazy. My 4-year-old's birthday party is tomorrow, and I guess my lady's out there spending my money to get this party up and going. But it's all good. I mean, that's why I work so hard, so they can enjoy it. You know, I really don't. I don't do too much for me. I really do everything. I do everything for them. You know. So tomorrow we'll be in party mode, getting everything done, and that's it. Man, it's crazy. We'll see how everything breaks down though. Boom, 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 Okay, that part is cool. Let me see. I never tried to get my own joint out. All right. We good. What's going on, people? I see a couple people in the room. Feel free to say what's up. Holla at me. I'm just waiting for a video I got to. Hey, what's up, Eric? Finally caught a live chat. Yeah, what's going on, man? I didn't plan on jumping on live today, but I just shot a video about Team Treehouse. So it's exporting right now. It's got about 21 minutes left to export, and then I'll edit it right quick, and then see if I can get it up and going. So I figured I'd do a little live stream while I was waiting for it to get finished. You know what I'm saying? So that's up. What's your is it Erie P? Not too much, just enjoying the weekend, finishing up finals week. How's it going? Oh, that's cool. Congratulations on finals week being over. I know how that finals week stuff goes. Okay, short for Erica. What's going on there, Miss Erica? Appreciate it. Where you at? Where you go to school at, and what are you going for? If you don't mind me asking. And what brought you to the channel? Too. That's always interesting for me to find out. Georgia State, computer science. That's what's going on. Georgia State. Big time, big time. Yeah, I think they got a good program down there, right? Am I thinking of the right? Georgia State, Georgia Tech, one of them, I know has a pretty well-renowned, engineering school. So kudos to that. I think your original Treehouse video is how I found the channel. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping through, man. I dig it. How far along are you in your studies? As far as like how many years you got left? Georgia Tech is more known for CS and engineering. Okay, I knew it was one of them. Either Georgia or Georgia Tech had a pretty well-renowned engineering program. So, but to be honest, man, as long as you got a CS degree from some major university, you're good. You know, it's all the same, to be honest. Especially if you're going to work there in Georgia or somewhere in the surrounding area, it's not a big deal at all. You'll be good to go. How long you got left? I think you'll be good. Number one, kudos, because I'm very, very happy that you are going to be a female in tech. What would be key on XML format? What do you mean there, Mike? I don't know what you mean by that question. So I'm watching the chat on my phone and on my computer. I pulled up a copy of the screen. So if you keep seeing me look up, that's what I'm looking at. Because the questions pop up on the phone, but then they fade out after like 5 seconds. So it's easier for me to read up there. Too many years. I was actually a junior in biochem. Changed my plans and my job wouldn't pay for that. So I found out I like coding. So I decided to take a shot. I work full time, so I'm only taking 2 classes a semester. I got you. Hold on one sec. Somebody knocking at my door. I guess it wasn't that important. They didn't stick around. All right. I got you. Then I feel your struggle. That was the lady knocking at the door. I need your help. Let me text her back. Let's see if she needs me. Okay. Cool. So looks like it's taken care of. I guess my daughter was just being my lady's trying to get everything done for her birthday party tomorrow, and I think she's being a bit high maintenance. So I think she wanted my help, kind of distracting her, dealing with her. But it looks like her brother's gonna play with her for a little bit, so I think we're good to keep the stream going. Too many years, actually a junior. Oh man! But I tell you what, Erica, the if you made it all the way to being a junior in biochem, that means you probably knocked out a lot of those. Yeah, she being a birthday diva. You probably knocked out a lot of those general ed classes. So all the maths and Englishes and all that stuff that you had to get done for a computer science degree anyway. So if you got all that stuff out the way, you're probably taking like core computer science classes, which ain't a bad deal. Um, and I don't know if I finished my statement before, but kudos on you being a woman in tech, because there's a massive shortage of women in the tech field. So um, that's always a good thing, being a woman in tech. And I think on top of that, judging from your picture, you might even be a minority woman in tech. So that's, even double kudos, because there ain't a lot of women in tech, and B, there ain't a ton of minorities in tech either, or being programmers, especially if you're being a programmer. So, kudos to you on that. Like, stick with it. That's all I gotta say is stick with it, because it definitely pays off. Definitely pays off. Especially if you got some flexibility in in location and stuff like that, it definitely pays off. So let's see. All right, one or two. I'm doing translation for my mobile source game, but I don't know what would be key. Uh, Mike, I'm sorry, you lost me there. I'm not sure how that. I'm not sure what your question means as far as XML format and one or two. Um, I haven't had to work a lot with XML. Um, anyway, most modern web APIs and services are returning stuff in JSON. XML was really popular back in the day. It was kind of the only thing around as far as APIs and transmitting formats for transmitting data over the wire. But nowadays everything is it's kind of JSON. So I'm not quite sure exactly what you're referring to. My apologies there. Your videos are definitely motivation. I'm 32 with a husband and kids, full-time job, so it's encouraging to know it can be done. It can. You just got to keep chipping at it, man. Keep chipping at it, Erica. It seems like when you're in the middle of the bubble, you can't see outside of it, and it seems like there's no end to it, and you won't. It's very easy to fall off and quit. But don't do that. I had my moments too. I don't want you. I don't want to fool anybody and make them think that I was just, full steam ahead and I had no worries and none of that stuff. Because that just was not the case. I had rough days, rough weeks, um, to where I had, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel or nothing like that. And I wanted to quit. But I think what was in my benefit was that I didn't have a plan B. I think had I had a plan B, I probably wouldn't be developing today, because plan B probably would have been an easier road to take, even though it wouldn't have put me in the same position as far as happiness with what I do and as far as financially with the financial payoffs that I get from being a developer. But it would have been easier, and I probably would have copped out and taken that easy road had I had a plan B or an easier road to take. So I don't know what your specific situation is as far as having a plan B, or um, I had a job like you, but I was very unhappy. I shouldn't say that, because if any of my old coworkers or old boss see this, I don't want them to think that I was unhappy working with them. It had nothing to do about the people. As a matter of fact, the people were the only thing that kept me sane in that job. But I just knew that working in a hotel, whether it be at the front desk or being a concierge, was not what I was cut out to be. Any job that I do and take regardless of if I'm happy with it or not. Um, I try to figure out how to be the best that I can be at that job, so it doesn't come off to other people that I'm unhappy with that job. You know, some people take a job and they're unhappy with it, and it shows. Like they cannot put on the face, and they wear their feelings and emotions on their sleeve or on their face. But I'm very good at putting that mask on, and even though this job is not the job that I um, set out to do, uh, I can smile and I can play the part. So I usually, you know, would do well at the jobs that I did, even though they weren't jobs that I necessarily enjoyed doing. And so, anyway, if you're if you like your job or you're comfortable in your job, it can get, it can make you not give you that prodding to keep going. But I don't want you to quit. So I'll get off harping on that. But are you familiar with XML format? Yes, I'm familiar with XML, but like I said, I haven't had to use it in years and years, so I would definitely not say that I'm the expert to go to on XML format. Yeah, all my gen eds are done except calculus, so it's all core. Yeah, that's good stuff, Erica. I got it. I got established. I really want to help like women get into tech. Yeah, I mean, let me think. I'm thinking back through all of the jobs that I've had. There has been one, two programmers. I think I talked about this before. Probably out of 80 to 100 different programmers that I've worked with over the years, there's only been two that were female. And out of those two that were female, neither one of them were black. One was white, and the other was Filipino, like from the Philippines, Filipino, um, and that was it. So I've never worked with African American female programmer. Uh, yeah, that's it. I've only ever worked with one other African American programmer, male, even in that time frame. So uh, yeah, it's there's definitely a need, And I talked about that in some older videos, that if you're going to have people building software that's going to be used by millions of other different types of people, then you need a diverse group of people building that software so that they can take things into account that uh, you may have unrealized biases about if you don't come from that group of people or that type of person or that cultural person or that language speaking type of person or something like that. If you're making software for the masses, then you kind of need a diverse group of people to give their input and opinions on the best way to build that software so that it works with the largest range of people and takes the most amount of things into account. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Are you cool? Example. Okay. I don't have a plan B. My job isn't terrible. I just don't particularly want to do it forever. Hey, that's it. That's it right there. My job wasn't terrible, but I knew I didn't want to do it forever either. Like, it wasn't my thing. I felt like I would have settled if I would have done that. I'm the same. My performance at work is great. I would rather put all that effort into something fulfilling. There you go. I mean, me and you, we right here, Miss Erica. So that's exactly how I felt about my situation. I would rather put that energy and time into something that was more fulfilling to me. That's a good word, fulfilling. Because while my job was not bad, it was not fulfilling to me. That's a very good way to put it. Instead of saying I didn't like my job or I hated my job, because that wasn't the case. I think there's only been one job in my entire working years that. What's going on, Ace? I see you in the building, man. I see you in the building. You joined the. Oh, let me talk about that too. So Ace joined the Slack channel. So yeah, that's what's up. Um, Ace joined the Slack channel. So if you want to get involved in the Slack channel, I believe there is a button on the screen. Let me make sure that's the right link. Oh, so the link under the video is an expired link. I gotta fix that. Um, I'll fix that where that's an expired link, and I'll fix it to where that link below the video is the accurate link. So the way Slack invites work, and I didn't know this in the beginning, is that they'll give you a link, but that link will expire in like 2 weeks or something like that. So I had taken that link at first and I put it in the template for every video I put up. It will automatically put that information in there. But after 2 weeks, that link expired, but I never updated the template. I went back and found out how to get a non-expiring invite link, but I didn't go back and fix the template for these videos so that non-expiring link is the link that is in the video. That is still the 2-week-old link that expired like months ago that comes up in the video. So I'll go update the template so that every live stream or video I put out has the correct link for the Slack channel. If you want to contact me when I'm not doing a live, I highly recommend Slack. And I also forgot to mention last time that I highly recommend the Facebook page too, because either one of those I can get like on my phone, and I can answer those questions and stuff, pretty quickly. And also, if you're in the Slack channel and you post a question, there's like 10, 15 other people in there that can answer that question as well. So it's definitely a good little community to get involved in. Also, when I watch videos on YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube. So when I watch videos on YouTube that I think would be of importance or significant to people that might follow my channel, I post those up on Slack, or I'll drop them on the Facebook page so that you can watch those videos too. And it'll make some of the stuff that I talk about in these live streams make more sense. So, or it'll be stuff that I'm just interested in now at the moment. Like I'm watching a lot of blockchain stuff because everybody's talking about Bitcoin now, and I'm less interested with Bitcoin itself and more interested in the technology behind it. More so Ethereum, because their stuff is more open to be able to. There was somebody in the last live stream that was all about blockchain stuff. I forget who it was without going back and watching the video. But I think he joined the Slack channel, so he should be in there on the Slack channel. But I've been watching a lot of videos and tutorials about writing code, blockchain code, and stuff like that. So when I run across videos that stand out to me about certain subjects, I post them up just so you can kind of see where I'm at mentally, where my headspace is as far as stuff that I'm poking into and learning and stuff like that. So were there any questions from anybody that's in the building as far as anything? And it don't have to be about code. It can be about life. It can be about money. It can be about anything, business. Those are all things that I'm into, talking about business. You want to know a business thing for me today? One of my goals, I don't know if you can see my bookshelf back here. So my goal today is to get some of these books packaged up and shipped off to Amazon to do Amazon FBA. So if you don't know what Amazon FBA is, FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. And that's how you can sell stuff directly on Amazon. So all these books, I'm sure, are already listed on Amazon. A lot of people don't know Amazon started out as a bookstore. Like that's all they sold back in the late 90s, early 2000s when it started out. They were solely a bookstore, and then it expanded into the everything store. You can literally buy like anything on Amazon today. But pretty much any book that you see, you can find on Amazon. That's kind of one of the reasons why, Borders books went out of business. I think I used to love going to Borders books. They'd always have a great little coffee shop in there, and the environment was cool. And I like to hang out in places like that, like in a bookshop. We go to like a mall or something like that, or one of these outdoor fancy malls. And while my lady and the kids were running around doing shopping, I tell her, hey, I'm gonna be, and she finished the sentence, in Borders, yeah, because she knows I like to go in there and peruse, and yeah, they did always have great clearance books. Yeah, that takes you back. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. But unfortunately, places like Amazon put Borders out of business because you could get that same book, shipped within 2 days, or one day if you wanted to pay a little extra for the shipping, straight to your door. And you had access to not only what was in the brick and mortar store, but to every book and any book on any subject. So it put Borders out of business. I know Barnes and Nobles is still hanging in there. I don't know how they're doing. I haven't looked at the stock or anything like that lately. I don't even know if they have stock or if they're owned by a parent company or something, but they're still hanging in there. That's kind of the only big retail bookstore chain that, at least here in Vegas. It was only Borders and Barnes and Nobles, and Borders went out of business. And Barnes and Nobles, there's still a couple in town, but Amazon might put them out of business. But anyway, is to get I'm gonna take some of those books on the bookshelf, load them up, and get them packaged up to do my first Amazon FBA shipment. And after that, I really want to do a private label product with Amazon, and see if I can't get like a private label Amazon business up and going, which is a whole machine unto itself, where you find a product in China via usually something like Alibaba, that allows you to white label or private label your product. Basically, you create your own branding and logo, and you choose a product that will be successful, that you feel will be successful at least, and you put your own logo and branding on it, and you sell it as your own product. It's called private labeling. A lot of stuff on Amazon is private label products. So I've been doing I've taken a lot of courses in that stuff. Subscribed to a lot of subscription services that ain't cheap, by the way. Places that cost like $100 a month for this, and $100 a month for that. But I think I'm gonna do a private label product. I've looked at everything. Right now, I've gotten all kinds of stuff shipped in from China, like sample products. I've gotten everything from headlamps. This is a headlamp that I got sent in from a Chinese manufacturer that will. There's one. Here's another one I got sent in. Here's another one I got sent in. There's a couple in the car out back in the lawn. I've got a couple of solar lights that will like light up pathways and stuff. Sent in as well, but I found out that the profit margin there just isn't enough to make it worthwhile. You're talking about less than $1 per deal. It was going to end up being like 50 cents, and they sell them in packs of 12, and it just wasn't worth the investment that it would take to get up and going. So I looked at some other stuff too. A lot of people start out with small items that are kind of cheaply made stuff. So I looked at the cheaply made stuff, and there's just so much competition there because that's where everybody begins at. I think I'm going to jump right into a more expensive product and get that up and going and out the door, and get a white label going. From my old videos, I'm all about passive income, and that's been on my mind a lot lately. Like, I sat back and I thought, well, I'm making a really good income, but how much of the money that comes into the household comes passively, meaning, mailbox money or internet money, where you just go check your bank account and you find out you've gotten some deposits from some business, or somebody's bought some products, or something. And right now for me, that's a big fat goose egg, and my whole goal is to get passive money coming in. I mean, if I wanted to do it in a development space, kind of the way other developers are doing that is by creating courses. So you'll find a lot of YouTubers will have a course, and they'll be pushing their course because that course is passive income. You put up the work up front, to record the videos and the tutorials, and you have a small amount of energy that you have to put into providing support for the students that take the course, as far as answering questions and getting them unstuck if they're stuck. But that's a fairly small level of effort, I would say, especially if you compile frequently asked questions, sections and stuff for, you know, the same question over and over, and then you can direct people to that first. Um, then you just start getting internet money, you know, start checking your bank account, and you've gotten deposits from people buying your course. But I'm not really a course guy. Um, I just don't feel like that's my teaching in that kind of structured, formal, putting out Udemy courses type thing is, I don't think that's my kind of thing. I'd rather do a product business. I'd rather invest in real estate, um, or do stuff like that, um, type thing to get my money, making money. So yeah, that's the thing for me. Speaking of business, you mentioned a guy who did videos on passive income and eventually bought a bunch of luxury cars. Do you have his channel name? Luxury cars. Oh, Will Motivation. Just YouTube, Will Motivation. Um, let me see. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the chat. Let me see. Sign in. Oh man. Give me just a second. I'm just logging in to see if I can. Um, there we go. Gmail.com. Grab that password. Boom. 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 All right. Okay, we back. There we go. Boom. Gotta go. All right, Ace. I'll catch you later, man. You take it easy. Get you something good to eat. So if you got Will, there you go. Boom. So I just posted that in the chat. Will Motivation, and if you just copy that, put that into the search bar in YouTube, it'll bring up his channel. Good dude. Yeah, good dude. He started off being a programmer, and then he parlayed his programming skills, development skills into building a business, writing some code for a HBCU. Basically, he calls it Facebook for HBCUs, and called HBCUconnect.com. So you can go to the site and see it. And that business has turned into a business that generates him hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, because he now parlayed that into finding or working with companies that are looking for minority candidates to come and work in their business, and he throws events for them that attracts minorities, basically like minority job fair type things through HBCU Connect, because he has the audience of all of the people that went to historically black colleges and universities. He made the combination between those people and the employers that are looking for a more diverse work fair, and he charges, tens of thousands of dollars to put on those events for those employers. And so he's making money like that, and the people that join the site and all of that stuff. And then he took that business money, which is active money. He has to actively work for that money. And then he took that money and started investing in real estate. Initially started buying flips because the prices of houses in Ohio, where he's from, were low. And you could purchase those properties and rehab them and sell them for a higher profit. So he was doing that, making tens of thousands of dollars doing that. And then he found out after doing taxes for a few years on those that the tax advantages were on buying whole real estate. So he started parlaying that into buying and holding properties instead of flipping them. and now he has a portfolio of single family residences, where he collects, rent checks every month. He would buy them, fix them up, and put tenants in them, and collect that rent check every month, and that allowed him to parlay into buying things that he enjoys. He was a car guy, um, so he started buying exotic cars, and he used the rent payments to justify that. So if he wanted a car, he did it the right way. If he wanted a depreciating asset, he bought an appreciating asset to pay for the depreciating asset. So if he wanted his Lamborghini, he went out and did a rental or two and used the income from those rentals to pay the car note on the Lamborghini. He wouldn't go out and buy the Lamborghini first. He went and bought something that would bring in the money to pay for the Lamborghini. That's the way you do stuff, you know. So that's why I enjoy his channel, um, because it's not just about, yeah, I'm a car guy too. I love looking at the cars, the exotic cars and stuff like that. But his business sense is on point. Yeah, yeah, that's the end goal. The end goal is to fund your life with passive income. Once you do that, that is the definition of being financially free. Financially free doesn't mean um, you got $10 million in the bank. You can be financially free. When just think about what your monthly expenses are right now. If your monthly expenses are $3,500, you know, if you got a pretty chill life, $3,500. If you find something that brings in $3,500 a month that you don't have to actively work in, you're done. You're financially free. Like, that's the definition of being financially free and retired. It's not some big dollar amount. You just find something that brings you in that kind of money. I love Teslas, but I hate financing things. Yeah, I get annoyed when I pay interest on my credit cards because I didn't pay them in full each month. Yeah, I mean that's those are kind of principles on financial principles on not paying interest. A lot of people say if you can't afford to buy it cash, um, that you can't afford it. I don't swing my pendulum strongly either way, one way or the other, because I can understand, with the pricing of housing nowadays, it's hard to say if you can't afford a $300,000 house, then you shouldn't get it, um, because for some people that may never be a reality. So I don't know, but then there's all kind of people out there. Like Grant Cardone will tell you you should never buy a house as a primary residence. You should only buy real estate that will generate income for you. That's what he says. All of his primary residences, which are like $1 million mansions, he pays rent for. He rents those places, and he says, and when I'm tired of it and done with it, then I move on and find me another $1 million mansion and I rent that. All of my real estate is multifamily real estate, meaning like apartment buildings, um, that generate income for him. So that's one person's view of looking at it. And then you got all these other people that are like, you should never pay rent. You should own. Um, so that, I mean, there's tons of different views and things about finance and real estate. I know I don't like to finance stuff. I'm actively working right now as hard as I can to pay off. We have 2 car notes, and I'm working actively to pay off. I just called them yesterday and said, can I make a principal only payment towards my car in addition to my normal monthly payment? I went in and I threw, what was it, $300? I threw $300 on my um, car note. Well, not car note, but on my balance on my car, so I can knock $300 worth of principal off, and then I'll still pay my normal monthly payment. And every month I'm going to do that until it's paid off, and then I'm going to move to the next one and pay that car off, pay my lady's car off, and after that, these student loans, and get those paid off. And those are really the 3 big things, and the 4th is the house. And once those things are paid off, then it's just regular recurring monthly expenses like utilities and stuff, and then I'm done. You know. But in the meantime, in between time, instead of just working these two jobs to do that, and then you get to the end and it's like, okay, now what? I'm preferring to uh, also invest in businesses and other things for passive income. I don't care if my passive income per month is like $200. I just want to start that ball rolling and saying I make money that does not require me to go and punch a clock to get. Um, so that's my deal. I don't care if it was 50 cents. I want something coming into the house that I didn't have to work for. Uh, and that starts the ball rolling. So boom, boom, boom. So that's it. Um, I think that's it. Did this video stop? Yeah, the video has now exported. So I'm gonna go chop this up. It's like 30 minutes long, 35 minutes long. So I'm gonna have to figure out some way to chop up this treehouse video and make it consumable from other people, for other people rather, and get that done. All right. If there's no other questions or anything like that, Miss Erica, yeah, I was about to say the same. You know, it's been good chatting with you too. Um, don't quit. If you get discouraged, you know, feel free to reach out, and you know, I try to give you some good motivation and everything like that. And you know, I look forward to hearing about your career as you progress.